Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm Becky,
And I'm Larry.
and we're here today to welcome you to the doTERRA business. And we're just so delighted to have you on board. And so many people want to understand, like, well, how do you get started with doTERRA business? Maybe you're reviewing this video. It was shared to you by a leader to get a better idea of how to get started with your business before you even join doTERRA. Wherever you are, this video is designed to help you have a better understanding and how to get started. So we're just going to jump right in. And we want to share with you that doTERRA's got your back. Like, what I mean by that is in 2020, doTERRA came out with an initiative, a goal to triple our impact from 2020 to 2030, that we're going to do be 3 times larger than we were in 2020. And to have India be part of this, as the largest country in the world, this is a really huge opportunity for you to jump in and take advantage of this whole perspective. Our ability to change lives is directly tied to the growth of your business. And so the more you do, the more you get, right? The less you do, the less you get. But sometimes we only have a few hours a week. Sometimes we have all 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week to grow your business. Wherever you are and whatever you can do is just fine. It's perfect. So why do you want to partner with doTERRA? We would love to share with you all the amazing things. There's tons of videos online that you can go through and watch. There's a really good video called The Genesis, How doTERRA Got Started. I would really welcome you and recommend you to watch that one. And it's all talking about the leaders, how they really put all their heart and soul to start this business. You really can feel the hard work, the dedication, the goals and the strengths that they really wanted to have behind the business philosophy really is why doTERRA has gone through and become the #1 essential oil company in the world. And we're in the top 8, I believe, of network marketing companies in the whole world. That's phenomenal, especially since doTERRA started in 2008. Um, you think about it, we're only like 16, 17 years old. That's incredible. And so, welcome to this phenomenal powerhouse company that you can be a part of. Going arm in arm, over 10 million customers we have, because of our certified pure, tested grade oils. They're the highest quality and the purity standard anywhere in the world. The founders of doTERRA were looking for, they were, 3 of them were part of another essential oil company, and they felt like if they could find and have all of the oils be the purest, that there's no harmful fillers and contaminants in it, that they would be able to make a true impact of how these oils are going to make a difference for people. When you have oils that are filled with harmful fillers and contaminants and toxicity, that's going to be the opposite effect of what it's going to do for your body. And that's what separates us apart. Like, if I could put um, any reason out there in front of you right now of why you want to do doTERRA, that is the #1 reason. And also, when we're going through with this authentic approach, being a seller for doTERRA, we want to lead with these powerful products. You have that certified pure, tested grade quality that you can back you up. When you lead with the products sell regardless, that they're going to be just incredible. Your job as a seller of doTERRA would be to keep educating people on how these products can make a difference, right? The direct selling philosophy comes second. People say, hey, I want to get a part of this action. I want to start making money. A lot of times people just want to make enough money to get these free oils in their hands so that that way they can utilize them in their family and with their friends. A lot of people don't want to go full in, but there are some people who are just really huge in building businesses. They love it. They understand the entrepreneurial uh, love and the desire to make a difference for so many people. So anyhow, when you're comparing that to other network marketing companies, a lot of people don't like network marketing companies because of how people did it incorrectly. When you call people up and push them into doing something they don't want to do, people don't like that. doTERRA has tons of trainings, tons of different ways that we love to teach people on how to do the proper approach so that we're not pushing people away. And the other side of the coin here is that when we're sourcing our oils, we source them from all over the world. Peppermint is sourced in India. Cardamom is not sourced in India, surprisingly, right? It's sourced in Guatemala. Now, why is that? Well, there's two different things that come into play. The farmers making a compact sourcing initiative so that we can actually help support the families and the farmers, pay them 3 times more, 2 to 3 times more than other companies would pay them, so that we're lifting up that community. That's, one, reason. The, most reason, though, is to look for the constituents, the chemical compounds found in those plants that are gonna be serving our bodies best with the most healing powers, if you will, so that that way people can actually see the power and the difference. Now, cardamom is a prized spice that's found in India. This spice is really powerful. It's really good for gut health, but we don't source that in India because we found a cardamom that when it's sourced in Guatemala and grown in Guatemala, it actually has more healing powers for the gut and also for the brain. And so you know that you're getting and finding the most healing powers, if you will, the healing constituents that are going to be benefiting our body all over the world with different kinds of plants. Because what's so important is we wanna live a wellness lifestyle, and this is the foundation of our education that we give to our customers. We're talking mostly with the foundation of nutrition, digestion, because we know that your gut, when it's, feeding itself with the most, well, you are what you eat, I guess, and if your gut is not healthy, then you're not the gut is not moving the nutrients to the rest of the body to perform at its optimum health. We're not sleeping well. Our exercise is lacking because we're not getting the best nutrition. We don't have the energy, right? So, all of these oils can serve us in different areas. But we always like to start with the nutrition, then getting out there, moving, exercising, using oils to help us with supporting our exercise. We also have oils to help support us with our stress. Stress is so toxic to our body. It actually is like one of those not talked about conversations so much in the wellness profile of how that really affects our health. And also, we're talking about natural self care, like detoxing the home, cooking with the oils, cleaning with the oils, all these amazing things that we can do inside our household to benefit our bodies naturally instead of having all these chemicals and toxicities in our home. And then all of our classes that we do are all helping everybody through teaching with informed self-care, which is just crazy, amazing, wonderful way for us as wellness lifestyle advocates to teach people in our households how to use these oils in so many different ways. And that's where we have so much fun in our classes. We like to do classes that are a basic introduction class where we get to teach people how to use the oils, and get started in the basic sense. And then as we start learning more, I love going to classes on a consistent basis because I will hear from another wellness advocate where, oh my gosh, I use this oil for this or for that. Did you know it helped me this way? And we continue learning from so many different people. It's just really just so powerful. And then this is all about being proactive with our wellness. We tend to keep working, 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 and forgetting about our self care, right? And so that is the tip top of everything. And when we go through and we go to the doctors from time to time, we're not getting rid of modern medicine, right? We still need those x rays. We still need to get those blood tests done to see where we are with our thyroid or with our blood pressure and stuff like that. So it's really important to kind of mix these together so that we can powerfully move forward with this conversation. So, Thong, how are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. So most people want to know, well, how do you get started? So of course you want to have a wellness advocate account. We have two different kinds of accounts, a wholesale member, which you cannot sign up people. So you're going to want to sign up if you want to make money. Maybe you signed up already as a wholesale member. You can upgrade your account by providing doTERRA India with your KYC documents and things like that, with your automatic deposit slip, so that way doTERRA can deposit your commissions into your account. So to get that information, just reach out to your upline and we'll help you get started in the proper way. You get the same benefits as far as getting 25% off wholesale or retail to get it at a wholesale price. And you also get the loyalty reward program benefits. And the loyalty reward program benefits is really where your business is. When people on your downline sign up as just as a standard order, you're not getting the benefits from that. So you really want to encourage people to get on the loyalty reward program and ordering just one oil a month even. We have over 100 different oils, I believe, in India now. And so when you go through and think about what you can order each month, it's going to take you years to get the whole plethora, the whole collection of what doTERRA has to offer. And so sometimes it's a good way to just order one oil every month or two oils every month so that you could start learning and utilizing those two oils into your lifestyle. It is really important as a wellness advocate to be using the oils on a daily basis, like finding out what your wellness concerns are. Maybe you have a thing that you want to focus on, a wellness concern to focus on, or someone in your family does. Perfect. Work on how to use that, how to implement it 3 or 4 times throughout your day. And then what are things that could be causing those issues? Like, are you having no sleep? Then work on that and work on maybe oral health with brushing your teeth with the doTERRA On Guard toothpaste, but really working through. Now, one of the criteria of the um, having the loyalty reward program and to getting commissions is to be placing a 100 PV order every month. And a lot of people, when they're just getting started, that may seem to be pretty overpowering. So we like to consider you to get started with classes right away, get a list going, and we'll go over that right now. So the business plan to get started and start earning commissions right away is to, of course, set up your monthly LRP program. You're going to want to experiencing the products and get and receive a wellness consult with your upline. Now, have you received a wellness consult with your upline yet? If not, call them up right now. Get that scheduled, plan for about a half hour to an hour, and they will go through and show you how to order on the website. They will show you how to use the products for your protocols, all the different resources to get plugged into, and all the classes, the social media, the team apps, all these things that are going to be really important. Then it's really ideal to go through and learn the compensation plan. That is key. So you can learn how to strategize your processes. And the best way to strategize your process is to get your names list down. Go through, write down all the people in your life on this names list. And then I want you to rate each person by their business strengths. Do they have money to purchase the oils? Do they have a health concern, perhaps, that they're working on? Do they have a big network of friends and people? Are they, I like to say, smart, savvy when it comes to business? That kind of stuff. And then when you rate them, you're going to want to start by looking at the person who has the most skills and call them up and say, "Hey, I would like to invite you to a class. I really am thinking of you where I'm just starting this business and I really would love to invite you to do this business with me because you have all these skills and I think this would be really empowering for you to do this with us." The reason why you want to do that is because the very first few people that you're going to get started with your business is also going to want to be a business partner with you. Now, not everybody's going to want to be a business partner. You're going to go through 100 names before you find maybe two or three or four, right? Some people go through 100 names and maybe none of them want to do it. I don't know what that is, depending on your group of people or how many people you talk to, what's going to be real important. Now, ladies, if you guys have a question, please go ahead and unmute yourself and pipe right in, okay? Good to see you here. Um, so as you're going through and looking at the structure of your team, I suggest you start finding one person and then you get them started. Set up a class together so both of you guys can do a class and invite a bunch of people to that class. Tell everybody in the class you're just getting started. You're just learning about all this stuff. So bear with you. And people love that authenticness. You're not trying to fake through it. You're going to stumble through it probably, but read the class sheets. We have these beautiful tools that you could just read, and then you're going to find out who are customers, who may be interested in the business with you, and you start structuring this person's business first and foremost. Then after they get started, maybe after 2 or 3 classes, they start to feel this person's gonna start to feel a little more comfortable to start teaching these people how to do classes and be able to start duplicating that effort. Now let me tell you something. The only way to get started is just doing. Waiting and training and trying to get yourself all educated on this is not going to help, because you can be the smartest person on paper, but until you actually get in action, I really feel that that is really how you're going to learn the business best. I want to reference that like the analogy of riding a bike. When you first started riding a bike, you fell. You fell probably many times. Maybe your parent was holding on to the back of the bike so you wouldn't fall, and you're trying to learn balance. Balance is difficult. You're trying to balance your family's life, you're trying to balance your other job perhaps, and you're trying to sneak in doTERRA from time to time. That's balance too. Then you got to educate yourself on how to do the class. You want to learn the compensation plan. But I'm telling you, until you ride the bike and get that balance, when your mom and dad let go of the bike seat and you're riding along and you think they still have you got balance. That is the best way to get going on your business. When you're relying on your parents to be holding your bike seat for you all the time you're riding your bike, you're never going to grow. So becoming like an independent person riding the bike is going to be real important. Now, your parents never leave you, like we as your upline will never leave you, but having the mindset to get all of the knowledge as soon as you can and moving forward and working. And as you're in action, you will have questions. New things will come up where we'll fill in those gaps and those holes as you go forward. Okay. So we are hardwired to connect with others. It is what gives us purpose and meaning for our lives. And without there is suffering. And I truly, truly believe this. I was sharing with Larry this morning that I so much wanted to go out with my girlfriends yesterday and have some fun. Everybody's families were out of town, so they couldn't celebrate Mother's Day with them. So I kind of wanted to just go do Mother's Day for my friends a little bit. And, as we're going through and learning that and being with people, it's like, it just serves its purpose, right? We're connecting. And these classes are that. We have so much fun. And I think when you go through and make your classes fun, um, here in this class, they're doing foot massages and foot scrubs. And you can get these little buckets and have people just love on them. And people just really appreciate that. Now, you've heard about the pipes. Are you familiar where the pipe analogy comes from, Athrong? Are you familiar with that? Do you know where the pipe analogy comes from?
Not exactly.
Okay. There's a video, and I will share it with you. This video is called Buckets and Pipeline. And the story is based on taking this guy in a village, had to take buckets of water. So he would go walk miles to a stream and fill up the buckets with water and carry it back to the village, and he would sell the water and make money because everybody wants water. He'd go back to the stream, fill up the buckets again, go back to the village and sell the water. And he realized the more trips back and forth he filled up the buckets of water, he would make more money, right? So the more money he made, the better business was. It was really great. But he realized if he broke his leg or had the flu or had other like family issues that he had to go attend to, he was not making any money because he wasn't doing the work. And so he started to, when you go to the stream, he dug a little bit of a ditch and laid a pipe. Every time he would go to the stream, he would invest a little work, and it took him time to finally get that pipeline all the way to the village. But once he laid that pipeline to the village, he was able to turn on the water and feed water to people without taking the trip. And that's what this is we're laying the pipes. We're laying all the pieces of the pipe all the way to the village. And sometimes when you're going through, it will take some time to build your business up and get that momentum. So having the right mindset, knowing that you're laying the pipes down. So when we go through and look at the first P, it's all based on preparing. So you're going to launch your strategy. How much money do you want to make? How many hours a week can you spend? Um, Strategizing with your upline, like with me, you're welcome to call me and say, Becky, I want to strategize. Throng, she's amazing. She can help you with that. And when you set your goals, like how big of a leader in doTERRA do you want to be? How much money do you want to make over a period of time? And how fast do you want to grow? So setting up your classes, like if you set up 4 classes in a week, oh my goodness, you're going to be really crazy. When I first heard that, when I got started, I thought there was no way. And sometimes for people, maybe there is no way. But I also want to challenge you and say that if you are able to open up and expand your mind, the more you will get. So set up a class, set up 4 classes in a month or whatever, and have your have in those classes, the first class, we have these class sheets. You read the class sheet. Don't even do anything different from the class sheet. Just read this class sheet and then share everybody what the kits are to get started, and you go from there. The second class, you have someone else in the class read the sheet. And so you're sharing with them on how easy this class sheet is to read or to do. The second thing is you have your 100 names list. So you're going to start inviting people. Maybe there's families that you want to go visit. Maybe there's church groups. Maybe there's your other job type business people you can bring along, um, neighbors, and start sharing with experiences and samples if you would like. Peppermint is a powerful oil that everybody in India loves. And you can say that it's even sourced in India, that when you're sharing peppermint with people, it's the loud oil that people love. Then you present. So you're hosting and sharing the classes. Now, classes can be phone calls, classes can be one on one, like one friend to another. They can be online, like we're doing right now. And I would be happy to have you come on and we can go through the basic class and share with you how to teach the class if you would like. We also like to empower you to learn how to enroll people. So enrolling people into doTERRA with the wholesale membership and welcome kit is really important. And then you're going to go through and support them with a wellness consult. Support them with these kinds of classes over and over again. Training new leaders for the duplication. So basically, going through and doing this over and over and over again, you will get really good at it, like riding the bike. When you're riding your bike, you'll be jumping hills and riding through mud puddles, and you'll be doing all this stuff just like this, right? Okay. The most important thing is that we want you to be you. Find your authentic self. Don't pretend to be someone else. Like one of the hardest things is when you compare yourself to someone else who's been doing this for years. It's really hard to find your place. Don't do that. Just go up there, be your goofy self, laugh, be nervous. People want you. And that's really important. And so I just want to share that with you because I felt like for me, I stumbled over things, but I pushed myself forward. And that's what it's going to take for you to really get started. The next thing you're going to want to do is find your story. You may be brand new with doTERRA and may not have had an essential oil experience that maybe cured something on your body. That's okay. A lot of people don't have wellness concerns. So I want you to steal mine. You take my story. My story goes like this. Larry and I used to own a print shop, and the print shop was super successful. We were very, very busy. We had many employees, equipment, large projects. One year I had 72 employees, and that stress was killing me. And my stomach, I wasn't sleeping at night with employee problems, equipment problems, deadlines. Oh, it was very stressful. And my stomach was deteriorating because I wasn't eating healthy. And I did not realize I had food allergies. And the doctors were not helping me. I was going to doctors. One doctor finally told me that I was making it up and to go see a psychologist. And that was it. I was fed up. And a girlfriend came to my business and she showed me a bottle of digestion. And the bottle of digestion, I thought, "What are you trying to sell me? Snake oils? Like, that's crazy." And she goes, "Becky, nothing else is helping you. Just try it. What do you have to lose?" And she was right. She pushed hard. She tells the story as well to people to take courage because apparently she sat out in the parking lot in the car for a long time before she came in because she was scared of me. And how terrible is that, right? So, but she took courage, came in, and shared this oil with me, and here I am today. It changed my life. I would have never, ever guessed that a little bottle of essential oils would have changed the dynamics of my stomach, my emotional health, and my financial health. We are here. We sold our print shop. We don't have the stress of that business anymore. We're here sharing these beautiful oils with people all over the world. And we invite you to join us today. Now, that is my why. You can share that why. You can steal my why. If you resonate with that until you get your own, please do. And I think it's really powerful. And you just share it with passion. So, okay. You can collect testimonies from all over the place. Your upline, your crossline, there's tons of testimonies that you have everywhere. And I'm encouraging every leader in doTERRA to collect these testimonies. You get a little book, start collecting the testimonies when you go to classes, and and you can share them. You can pull them out and use them when somebody's asking a question about something. I found this quote just the other day from Elon Musk. Elon Musk said, "Instead of baby showers, let's host business showers. When a friend starts a business, we all come together and congratulate them and bring resources for the business." So invite your friends. Hey, I don't expect you to do this business with me, but I do expect you to support me. Come, let's do a grand opening of my business. Let's have fun. Invite a bunch of your friends and let's just go for it. Now, if you have a lot of people that come to that party, you can do a soft opening, say, but you can also have your upline come with you and help you with all the enrollments and stuff. There's also scripts, what to say to people like, "Hey, I expect you to buy a welcome kit. You may not have to buy any oils for me after that, but I do want you to start, and then you tell me what you think of the oils. Give me a testimony after the oils, and this will give me practice. I would love to practice on you on how I need to sell the oils, share with you the different tools and stuff and how to use the oils, and you give me feedback." That will be so important, you guys. So hosting presentations, we have all these tools to go through and share with you on how to host. We have scripts for all this stuff. I would love to bring you on and help you learn how to host presentations. So again, there's one-on-ones, three-way calls, essential oil classes in person. And I know our team loves to do more in-person classes and virtual presentations. So these are really powerful too. Now, key marketing plan and components, going through thinking about your goals and visions. This is part of where we start doing these business classes on every Monday to kind of start feeding you more and more ways to be inspired on how to grow your business. So how to study the back office with the structure, how to go through and plan, do, review with your mentor, how to do your dream boards, how to stand up and talk about your why and what your goals are that way. You're also going to want to know all the promotions that are going on every month. There's some really amazing promotions that happen every month. This is a sample from August, so this is not this month's promotion, you guys. This recording is going to be used for lots of trainings. So uh, take a look at this month. You can go to the doTERRA resources that we were showing you, the team app, the Facebook page has all these things on there, and find out what this month's 10% off. Sometimes it's 15%. Sometimes there's a collection of different items. Maybe there's a Mother's Day special or a Christmas special. So know what all those things are and then what the time frames are. If there's a loyalty reward program benefit, sometimes there's different promotions that are not so obvious. And then also promote the product of the month. Get people on the loyalty reward program. Again, the loyalty reward program is the only way you're going to make money. When people are just purchasing a standard order, you don't really make commissions off that. So it doesn't help you with the power of three. It doesn't help you with the fast start bonus. So pretty important to know that. So that's why you're going to want to know the compensation plan. You're going to want to know all the ways you make money. And at first, you may be selling things retail from time to time. That is great. You're still getting 25% as you're growing your business. The first really big focus is the sharing bonus. The sharing bonus is a way where when you enroll somebody, you're going to get 25% off everything you sell them or 25% income. That is huge, you guys. And so you're going to be wanting to enroll people at least one, two, or more every month so that you're always taking advantage of that sharing bonus. If you're selling the 200 PV kit, now PV stands for product value. So in United States, we talk dollars. In India, you're talking Indian rupee. So how do we as a company talk the same amount? PV is a way for us to talk the same amount. So when we're talking Indian rupees, look at the PV instead of the Indian rupees, and you want to be at, if you're selling 200 PV and you're getting 25% commissions off that, how much is that? It's 50 PV. If you sold two kits of 200 PV, you're earning 100 PV. So what is 100 PV in Indian rupees? It's about 7,800 Indian rupees. Now that's enough to pay for your monthly commissions. So think about that. That's really a great way to right away start earning money to be able to cover your 100 PV order. You're going to want to place a 100 PV order every month to collect those commissions. We want to tell everybody on our team to order that 100 PV between the 1st and the 15th so you get the free product of the month. That's so important. And as a business person, then you can see who your consistent players are in the business, what you're counting on as far as your team structure, and where you need to continue growing your team and your downline to rank up. And so we're going to be looking at the uni level, which is the next part where you start getting more and more and more people on your team. So if you enroll one person, and you ask that person to teach a class or to host a class for you, and then you go and you enroll two people at that class, you have now three people on your team. And if you do the same thing with those two people and they invite and enroll two people, you have that duplication process. That is so key because once that momentum starts happening, your team starts growing on its own. Now, it's going to take a lot of work and education at first, a lot of uh, misses and a lot of mistakes and a lot of things. So the mindset also is part of that game where you move through, you go through all these issues and things that you have. But as your team starts growing and you get up to 3,000 PV on your team, you become the very first uh, leadership rank that we call core rank. 3,000 PV. Your income is anywhere between 15,000 Indian rupees to 30,000. This is kind of the average. Now, every month you could be hitting that elite rank, and the stronger your team is, the more stronger your team is, the more money you will make at the elite rank. And then pretty soon you're going to be building two leaders underneath you. So when we go back and look at that structure where you have three leaders on your top line, you actually are really focusing on just two to really get them up to 2,000 volume on that. So you're going to want to have two executives, and those two executives are earning 2,000 PV each month or selling 2,000 PV. That will make you a rank of premier. Now, I've noticed that a lot of people were taught to teach the power of three. Now, the power of three is where you have three people on your top line ordering at least 100 PV or more with you, them. So when you have three people, you're going to actually, I think I've got that slide here. Do I? No, I don't. You're going to want to be able to get a bonus at the power of three. But don't focus on building three leaders right away unless you have three strong leaders and they're really going. Really get the first two people going and get them independent of you. Get them going, get them riding that bike, jumping through mud puddles and having fun so that you can focus on your third leg and get that third leg going. And then pretty soon you're going to really want to make sure that these three legs become premiers. Now, what are premiers? Premiers have two leaders underneath them that are executive. So you're going to be teaching these elites to get those leaders and duplicating that process. And then what happens is you become gold. Gold is the solid rank that we want you to get to. You only have three leaders on your top line. So the more you can get your leaders to grow and build, the more solid your gold rank will be. We don't want you building four legs until you hit gold solid for 6 months in a row. Okay. You can even see that platinum is only 3 levels. That's three elites. Really, platinum is super easy to get to when you think about how easy it is for you to get to elite in some respects. The difficulty is keeping it consistent, right? And being able to be consistent. So, how do you do that? You have consistent classes, you have consistent big group meetings, you have consistent leaders underneath you hosting classes. And so inspiring them, supporting them, that becomes that last pipe of the S where you're supporting your leaders over and over again. And yourself, as you're learning to grow, you're working with your mindset on how to find balance with more and more leaders underneath you, more and more customers, um, things like that. So the unilevel, after 60 days on the sharing bonus, it jumps to the unilevel structure of the compensation plan. Unilevel, you're paid 7 levels down on the unilevel. And so you don't want to be at 7 levels when you're at these younger ranks because you're not paid all the way down until you hit silver rank. So you're going to want to really focus on how does that compensation plan work and so on. The leadership bonus is when you get to premier and to silver. When you're enrolling people, you will get an additional bonus for your efforts. And that continues to get bigger and bigger. And when we look at these income levels on the higher ranks, that is because of the leadership bonus. So you're wanting to develop how to really develop leaders underneath you, how to get them enrolling so that you're always focused on developing these leaders underneath you. So the hunting for shares. Now, not everyone is going to be a business builder at first. I wasn't. I told my friend when she came in to share with me the oils to get out of the office. I told her, don't even put me on the email list because I don't want to be flooded with emails. I got way too much to deal with. I don't want to be going to classes. Don't ask me to host a class. I was really a snot to her. I was really bad. But when I started using the oils and they were helping, it makes me almost want to cry. And so sometimes when you're talking to people, when they're first signing up, you want to have a critical conversation with them. What you're doing is you're setting up the expectation of what the levels are. Hey, thank you so much for joining doTERRA. I know you're working on some wellness goals and you just love the oils. You know there's something amazing about them. Would you be willing to host a class for me? So the do lover, the doTERRA lover, that's who that is. Then then you tell them we also have the natural sharer, people who love to share with people and they want to maybe earn a little bit of income. And then we have the hustlers who are business minding and they're not afraid to try something new and really go out there and do something. Now tell me, which one do you think is you? And all of them are totally perfect, but this will allow me to help serve you best. I don't want to treat you like a hustler if you want to be a do lover. And we love our do lovers. We love our doTERRA customers. So wherever you fit in here is totally fine. And maybe you find that you're using the oils and you want to go and do some sharing. That's great. You just let me know. I'll reach out to you from time to time and ask if you're willing to host a class. So what you're doing is you're planting the seed for people, and when they start to really fall in love with the oils, they will be naturally moving towards these other steps. So here's the loyalty reward program. Again, we talked about that many times. Many of you may have seen this chart many times, and it's just phenomenal. So when you're going through and placing an order, what this is described again as the PV, 1 PV, 50 PV, 100 PV of an order every month, okay? So if you go through and decide to do 1 month, 1 PV, maybe you're buying just the toothpaste, you're going to keep the loyalty reward point program open. If you miss a month, you guys teach this. If you miss a month, you're going to go back down on the sliding scale. So what is the sliding scale? doTERRA wants to reward you every month you're placing an order. Every month consistently. So month 1 through 3, you're going to be rewarded with an additional 10% back with every PV you place. So if you place 100 PV, you get 10 PV back in product credit points. The next 3 months, month 4 through 6, you get 15% back. Month 7 through 9, you're getting 20% back. So every 100 PV you're ordering, you're getting 20% back. Month 10 through 12, 25% back. Month 13, you're getting 30% back. And so what happens is after a year's time, not only are you getting the oils at 25% wholesale, you're getting additional 30% back. So all of a sudden, these oils, not all of a sudden, you work up the chart, right? But these oils become much more economical. And if you skip a month, you lose all the points in your bank account and you go back down to 10%. So never miss a month. And if you're having a difficult time 1 month, sometimes we do, call your upline and say, I don't want to lose my loyalty reward points. What do I do? And they will walk you through it, okay? And so this is really important to maintain these. You can go back and forth from just placing one toothpaste order, or if you want to increase, if you want to jump up every month, you need to place at least a 50 PV order. So if you place a 49 PV order, you're just staying where you are. You're not going to increase every month. Now, to earn commissions, you need to do 100 PV. To participate in the product of the month, which is that free oil I talked about promotion, you have to order that by the 15th. Now, anyone who orders on the 16th, shame on you. I mean, you just lost a free oil that you can use for sharing or you can use to explore and experience, because a lot of times those free product of the month oils are the ones that we don't normally order because you don't know much about it. And so that's another way to explore and to grow your toolbox. Now you have to order 125 PV to get that. Every once in a while, we have a product of the month promotion, and that could be like at Christmas time. If you do 200 PV, you'll get a free bunch of products. Now, we just had one. I believe it was the facial line or something. So going through, being aware what those are, if someone's at 180 PV, say, hey, we've got these extra products you can get if you just bump up another product in there. You're going to get all this stuff. So it's a really nice way to take advantage of it. Now, this does not, sometimes the 200 PV works on an enrollment, but the product of the month does not work on the enrollment. The Power of Three promotion or bonus does not work on an enrollment. So it's really important to keep track of what is a loyalty reward order, which is not the first order because people have not been loyal yet. So in order for them to take advantage of this, it's the second month, their second order that they've placed. Oops. Okay. Oh, I probably should rearrange these slides a little bit. But this is, you can take a screenshot. Many of you have already seen this before, but this is just the details of the bonus system and how you get paid. So we've got the 10%. If you enroll somebody, you as the enroller get 25%, and your enroller gets 10%. So that's pretty cool. So whoever enrolled you gets a bonus of what your work is. So keep in mind what that's saying. If you are enrolling someone and then you share with them on how to build the business and they want to share or host a class and they enroll somebody, you're getting the bonus of that too. So this is part of that duplication process of helping you learn how to get more income off that. So let me say that again. You as the enroller will get two people get that bonus system. So it's really important to right away start teaching your new downline to start enrolling something. This gets paid every week for 60 days. So for example, your new customer, the new person you enroll, if they buy 4 kits, if they buy 4 things in those 60 days, you get commissions. If they buy something on the 61st day, you do not get commissions off that. If they buy something on the 61st day, you do not get commissions off that. So it's really key that you go through and you think about the timelines and how you're supporting your brand new people and incentivizing them to get started. Because if you can get them started, they're going to start helping you earn additional 10%. And again, this is only for the first 60 days. The next step, the next way to earn money is the Power of Three. And we're teaching this very strong right now, that this is part of that duplication process, that if you have 3 people on your top line placing those orders, you're going to get a bonus of 3,000 PV. Now that is 3,000 Indian rupees, I should say, because that is in Indian rupees. That's going to happen every month. If this happens every month, you get this every month. It's not the first month or not the second month. Now, going through and teaching them, your leaders, to do the Power of Three. So this person gets their Power of Three. You're going to want to have all of your leaders doing that, and you're going to get a 15,000 Indian rupees just for teaching them this and striving for that. Really powerful. Now you need to teach these leaders to teach these leaders to get their downline doing the Power of Three. And when you can get the third level of Power of Three, that's an 85,000 Indian rupee bonus. You guys, that's incredible. That's really, really helpful, right? So that is a really important thing to be striving for and making that happen. Here's the picture of the unilevel compensation plan. And again, as you first join, 50 PV, you're at the first level. So if you enrolled somebody, you only have one place to put them, and that's on your top line. And then you get 2% after 60 days. It will go to 2%. That seems kind of low, right? So that is why you want to really start building your team, because as you enroll and you get 500 monthly volume PV on your team, you're getting paid the first level and the second level. So don't be putting people on your third and fourth level if you're only at 500 PV volume, because you're only going to get paid level 2 and level 1 and level 2. As director, your team volume is at 1000 PV. So becoming a director, you have 3 levels you're getting paid on. But notice how each level is going down, you're getting paid a higher commission. That is going to incentivize you to put people under people. You only want to put people under people when you're enrolling if that leader is enrolling. You only want to support action. And so if you're putting people further and further down and nobody's ordering or doing anything on these top lines, you're kind of losing out on that, right? As you go through for executive, again, this is 2000 PV. You're getting paid on the 4th level at 5%. Elite, you're getting paid at 3000. Overall volume, you're getting paid at level 5. Premier again is the first rank where you have 2 leaders at executive underneath you. Isn't that incredible? So having 2 leaders at executive, you're paid only to the 6th level. You only get paid to the 7th level when you become silver. So if you look at your back office and you have you know, everything going everywhere and stuff like that, it's really important to start strategizing on where you're going to be placing people, who are you supporting as your leaders. Now, as premier and as silver, you are in the leadership rankings and you start to get taken advantage to having more bonuses and benefits and so on. So here's an example of other network marketing companies where they're actually paid over here, other network marketing companies on their level 1, if they signed up 3 people, they're actually making a little bit more money because they're getting paid 7% on the first level. Level 2, first 9 people, doTERRA is only paying 3%, but other companies are paying 6. Notice it's flipped. doTERRA flipped the percentages, but notice how it really makes a huge difference that you're getting paid so much more. It actually is about the same at level 4. So again, can you tell me what rank you have to be at level 4 to be making more money than other network marketing companies? Level 4 is only executive. That's only 2000 PV overall volume. So that's pretty incredible to know that you're doing more with doTERRA at level 4 as an executive rank. So here's the trick. Try to get everybody up to executive and elite as fast as possible. So when you have your downline and they're getting started, help them get inspired, having mini classes, talking to every person they enrolled to see if they would host a class, and helping them start earning a little bit of money right away as well. Okay, so basically, the last thing I want to talk about, because we're reaching at the top of the hour, is Founders Club. This is where everybody's racing towards to become gold. You guys, we only have 4 positions filled right at the moment. There's 40. There's so much room for you. And I'm so excited. Our team has 3 of these members that are gold out of the 5. So to become founder, you need to consistently be working towards growing the region and consistently ranking gold to be able to solidify that seat. So that's why it's so important to be able to have an understanding of how to build the business, coming to classes, learning. Every time you hear this class, you will probably be hearing different things, filling in those gaps that you misunderstood, and so forth. So we are here to support you to become a founder as well. If that's your goal, we would so much want to support you in that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now. And I don't know what just happened. Are you guys still here? You guys still here?
Yes.